So I live within close proximity to about 20 little free libraries, and I always go by them. I kind of dedicate my walks in the evenings and on the weekends to go hit up as many little free libraries as possible. One of the reasons I love this so much is because you always come across things that you wouldn't otherwise find. Like in the library, things are curated in some way, whether it's by theme or exhibit or Dewey Decimal. People are aware that they're there. But in little free libraries, you kind of find random things. People put things there that they've decluttered, random books from aunts and uncles, and self-published works or things that you might not find otherwise. So I love looking through them. Even if I don't take anything, I like kind of exploring the weird quirks and gems that you might find. And at the beginning, I found some really strange items in there that were not books. And I really regret not documenting some of those first few things that kind of inspired this project. I mean, some of these are books. They're just books I've never heard of before. So let's start with this one, which is The Deaths and Afterlife of Aleister Crowley by Ian Thornton. I have never seen this or heard about it, and it's signed. Can't beat that. The truth is, Crowley is alive and well in the elevated and life-preserving air of Shangri-La. That's all I needed, so I took it. Then I recently found a case of rings or jewelry of some kind. It was in plastic. It didn't seem like it belonged to anyone special beforehand. I left it there, but I just thought it was so strange to find that in a little free library. I found somebody's security camera, and I'm not sure if this is from someone's house or their bike or what it's from exactly, a car maybe. I can never tell if someone just picks something up and dumps it in one of these for safekeeping, or if someone deliberately puts them there from the get-go, like, oh, I'm gonna take this to a little free library. So this book is vintage, and it's about puppets. And I found this kind of charming. I didn't take it. It's in a pre-internet era where, you know, you had to make do with what you had and things weren't so widely available. I feel like now some of the creative portion of making DIY projects is taken out of the fact that you have all these kits that you can make things from, pre-assembled, pre-made standard things that all look the same, and you have an expectation and it's all predetermined as to what it should look like. This book is just so cute, and it has all these little puppets out of boxes and random things from around the house. I just thought this was so fun. Maybe I should have taken it. Yeah, no, I'm sure some kids somewhere will have more fun with it, but that was another little gem. And another book, and this one, I don't know if it creeped me out or I just found it kind of bizarre or unusual, was this Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs book. And the pictures of everyone were just a little off, or something felt a little weird about them. I don't know if it's clay or puppetry and then still life photos are taken. Take a photo of this romance novel, and I've just thought it was so bizarre. And I'm sorry if you do read this author or these books, but there was something about the description of this at the back that just got me kind of confused, and I wasn't sure what to expect. And I'm a big fan of reading romance, so no shade there. But at the back, there was this one sentence that threw me off so much, and I couldn't tell if the structure of that sentence was weird or if I'm too ESL to understand it. The bottom of the second page says about the main character, now that he'd found sensual paradise with a perfect mate, he had to sate himself with the provocative redhead and repeatedly make love to his. I didn't really understand what it's about. And then the front has this very funny line that's like, first she sought to ruin him, then she wanted to ravish him, with an exclamation mark. I just thought that was pretty funny. I don't know. Maybe I'll read this in the future and see if it's actually good. This book about the UFO crash at Roswell was kind of weird. I've never heard of this. I never saw any books on it. I thought it was kind of a strange thing to find. That was, yeah, I almost took this one too. But you know, sometimes you hold a book and you flip through it and you realize while holding it physically that you don't think you're gonna sit down to read it. I had one of those moments. I found the wolf painting This seems like something that's kind of mass produced because the painting is on top of the wood block, but at the back it has kind of a pre-made hole to hang it up. And the reason I took this one is because I'm looking for ways to either paint over existing paintings, or maybe I'll just make some parts of this pre-existing painting more vibrant, like the forest, or do something with it. I haven't decided yet, but this one seemed like a lot of fun, and I just took it for the purpose of repurposing the canvas and hanging it up someday, maybe in my office. I don't know. Then I found this like personal alarm or whistle or personal safety thing. It was still in the package, but someone just put it there. I think the weird thing with this one was that I thought, you know, this might actually be useful to someone because this little free library was right next to a park. The only thing is, it's like, how would you know it's there? I then found this card game that's called Show Me the Monet, and I think it's kind of based on Show Me the Money, but with Monet or art in general. Impressionist painters were in there too, so I think it's just kind of a painting history game. Okay, this one I thought it was funny just because of the wording. So, as you know, I am Romanian, and one of our biggest celebrities in history is Nadia Comaneci, who is a gymnast and got the only perfect 10 in the history of gymnastics ever at the Olympics in Montreal, weirdly enough. So there's a lot of books written about her, I know that, but what I loved about this one is that it's a little vintage in itself, but it has at the top Little Miss Perfect, and I just thought that was hilarious. So I counted this towards my strange things in little free libraries. Occasionally I find actual like objects for your house, like a little statuette of a chicken or something like that. And then the last thing that I found, so usually you find flyers and cards in there that people put for community things. And the one that I found that was really interesting was this zine. Now, I know that there's a lot of layers to zine culture, but these zines are found through more than one little free library, and they have a QR code and a website, and it's almost like a game that's engaging with the little free library itself. I'm gonna link the website down below just because I thought it was so neat, and I can't tell if it's supposed to make you play some sort of game or challenge you to a series of reading goals in general, or if the whole idea is to have a zine for the little free library. Yeah, I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. And sometimes I come across little free libraries that are so meticulously organized by someone. You can tell that whoever owns that house that's in front of, or that the little free library is in front of, is very organized to the point where they check in on it almost daily. And I know this because sometimes I walk by the same one daily and I see things like rearranged in a very organized way. So some people have a light inside of the little free library that you turn on at night so that you could still see the books, and then they have a little pocket on the side where they have bookmarks that you can take, but the bookmarks themselves are of the address of this little free library so that you know exactly where you took it from. And some of them went as far as to emboss the book itself, like with one of those indentations, or make a stamp saying this is from a little free library, please do not resell. It was like the extra mile and a little extra effort to kind of make it a personalized thing. Another one I saw, which was really cute, you could tell this person used to have a dog who passed away, and in the honor of the dog they created a little sub-genre of little free library, so a different box right underneath the main library, where in it you have doggy bags if anyone's walking by and needs an emergency doggy bag, and then they had doggy treats underneath that you can give to your pet, and that is always refilled. I've never seen it empty. People take it, they use it. I do think it's such a cute community idea. That brings me to my question to you. What was the weirdest thing or the most unusual thing that you found in a little free library? And if you really want to answer and be honest, what did you leave in one that was kind of a little off or a little weird and you weren't even sure if you were supposed to leave it there? I hope you enjoyed this little unusual video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!